Back on the Rel Chapters audio podcast. I apologize, I'm doing this driving. I like doing it driving, just don't know how the audio is going to turn out, so we will see. But today I want to talk about a concept called deliberate practice. And what deliberate practice is to me is the most important kind of practice. It's basically the opposite of training. Like what we know as training, what people view training as, I don't know what the technical definition is, but how people perceive it is not deliberate practice. Training is more working out. And I wouldn't even call refining skills. I would just say working out skills, just simply going through reps, getting a sweat, and, stuff that you could just YouTube and find good stuff to do, good workouts to put yourself through. But deliberate practice is basically a happy medium. It's not a game. It's not a workout. It's somewhere in the middle. So almost like a scrimmage, somewhere in there. It's kind of like a scrimmage with teaching, or a scrimmage with stop and talk, or a scrimmage with stop and analyze, whether it would be with a coach or on your own. And I got this concept from Hank Haney, who talked about it in The Big Miss book, which was about his time with Tiger Woods. And he said he got it from another guy in another book, and I forget what it was, but it's referring to golf. And it doesn't matter what sport it is, deliberate practice is a concept that I think is the most important for you to develop, for you to actually get better and not just do what you're used to doing or continue to be the same type of player or even get worse, right? So what it is, if I can let me use golf as an example. I'm a big golfer, but let me tell you this way. Like, I've been playing golf since I think I was 14 or 15. I'm 33 right now. So I've been playing it for, let's just say, almost 20 years. Let's say I've been playing for 15 years. I'm pretty much just as good now as I was a decade ago. I'm a different type of player, but as far as my score, what I shoot, what my handicap would be, I'm pretty much the same guy. And that is most people out there who play golf. They're basically the same player they were 20, 30, 40 years ago for the people who are older. How is that? Why is that? Let's say even younger kids that are only been playing for 6 years, but basically are still the same. Usually what happens is you get like a little bit better. You make a dramatic improvement in the first year or two just from playing more golf. Then after that, after you get your feet under you, you're the same player basically your whole life. People never really get that much better. And it's because most golfers who are not professionals, they simply just go play around the golf. And if you're a basketball player or a football player, a soccer player, that is equivalent to never practicing and only playing in a game, right? Now, there are things that you get, there are things that you get out of playing in games. It's not like you can't learn anything from a game. The problem is you have no real preparation. And that preparation is more mental than it is physical. So if you only play golf on Sundays, let's say you play every single week, but you play on Sunday, and that Sunday is a $5 golf match with your buddies or whoever. You're just jumping right into it with no understanding of how to change what you did last week. Or maybe you do have an understanding, but you don't have reps. Like, you have a concept. You might say, okay, I keep 3 putting, right? I keep having 3 putts when I get on the green instead of 2 or 1. Well, you know that, but what have you done to change it for this Sunday? You're just going to simply try? That's not going to work. Just simply saying, okay, well, I got to make this putt, or I have to get this one closer so I don't have 2 more putts. Well, good luck. I mean, how often is that going to hold up? You need practice on those putts. Now, here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. To simply just go to the putting green and just hit putts is not going to do it. And I'm going to tell you why it's not going to do it. Because there is a mental aspect to this that is huge. And the mindset and the feeling, the atmosphere, the pressure, basically everything included, everything possible, it's not going to feel the same when you're simply on the green practicing putts versus when you get out on the course and have to actually hit the putt. So what you need to do is actually go out on the course and hit the putts. The difference is you don't want to do it when it's like when you have to perform. You don't want to do it in that Sunday round with your buddies where you're just playing the hole and gonna putt whatever you have to putt to get to the next hole. You want to be able to kind of be on your own or with your buddies where you could lay a few balls down. Say you get to the hole and you're going to hit your putt and it's a bad putt. Then you put another one down and you hit it again and you talk through it. Say you have a coach there or you're coaching yourself. You figure out what is wrong with the putt. Like, why is this happening? Lay 3, 4, 5, 6 balls down. Try it again and again, but also have some type of stake on it. Like while you're doing it, I'm just making up an example. Let's say, okay, I hit 3 putts. I think I got it figured out now. I'm going to hit the 4th one from the same spot. If I don't get this one in, or if I don't get this into a tap in distance, I got 40 push-ups right here. Shit like that is deliberate practice. It's thought out, and you've tried to basically do everything in your power to make it, to have some pressure, to make it feel like a game time rep, a putt that really, really matters. Versus when you're just on the putting green, hey, I'm going to hit 100 putts today from 10 feet and then I'm going to, whatever. Don't get me wrong, you're going to get better doing that. There's no question you're going to get better by just getting reps, okay? But the problem is you're going to get marginally better. You're not really going to get a whole nother level better or a whole 2 levels better. You're just going to get a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction better. So over the long period of time, it's going to take you too long to really get where you want to get. So the happy medium is to get on the golf course, get in the situations, but be able to practice through those situations. Not simply play the hole, hit your 2 or 3 putts and move on to the next hole with no discussion, no coaching, no thought, no understanding, no trial and error to figure out what makes what happen or how you fix things when they go wrong. You need deliberate practice. So let me take this to basketball now, right? If I use basketball, I can't just go to the game. I can't just show up to my team game and say I need to make more shots today or I need to be more aggressive off the dribble today. I also can't just get in the gym and take 1,000 shots. Now, getting in the gym and taking 1,000 shots is definitely going to make you a better shooter. There is no question. You're going to get better. The problem is you're going to get so teeny fractionally better that it's not going to make a major impact on your game as a shooter. You're not going to go from a horrible shooter to a decent shooter by just simply shooting 1,000 shots a day. Now you could, but it's going to take you years or months that you don't have. It's not going to be quick enough. To make it as quick as you possibly can, you need a happy medium. You need game situation shoot. So let's just stick on shooting, right? Let me just stick with the concept of shooting. There are 1,000 ways you could do this, but a happy medium would be me and a competitor, somebody around my age, level, whatever, maybe not, whatever. Another competitor is in the gym with me. He's gonna line up in the corner. I'm gonna be on the wing. I have the ball in my hand. I'm the shooter. He's the defender. I'm gonna self-pass and just step into a regular catch and shoot at the 3-pointer. He's down in the corner, basically 1 pass away or in help defense. As soon as I self-pass, as soon as the ball hits the ground or leaves my hand, he's going to take off and close out and basically try to block my shot or not let me get it off. I have to get this shot off and make it a certain amount of times or whatever before he can get there and close it out. So what is that? And then I need a punishment. You know, there's a winner and loser. We both do this. I shoot 5, he shoots 5. I shoot 20, he shoots 20, whatever. Winner, loser has a punishment. Maybe it's, baseline slides. You know, you got to do 100 of them in 2 minutes. I don't know. I'm just anything. A punishment that sucks that you don't want to do. Now, you need to talk through that though. So let's say, okay, I just lost 3 games in a row. I've done 300 slides. Well, you need a coach or yourself or dad or the player. Somebody needs to coach you through it to tell you why you are missing, how you can fix it. And then boom, let's get on the next game. The next game we do, the next drill, I'm being talked through it. I'm being coached through it to figure this thing out. But when I'm figuring it out, I'm not just blindly doing it. I'm not just blindly shooting 1,000 shots with no pressure and all comfort. I'm shooting these shots right here when this kid is still closing out on me and I still got 100 slides on the line if I lose. That's how you do it. It's your best bet. It's the easiest way to speed up your progression. Again, it's not like it's the only way. That's not the only way you can get better. But deliberate practice. And the word deliberate is in there because it comes down to your mental. Because let's say there is no person with you. You're by yourself. You don't have somebody to help you out. You can't get on the golf course for whatever reason. You need to just hit the putting green or the driving range. Well, you have to be as deliberate as you can, and that just comes from how you are thinking about the reps, what type of pressure you're putting on yourself, what type of scenario you're putting on yourself, and coming up with the issue of why you're not hitting it well, shooting it well, and then providing the fix for yourself, and then putting some type of something on the line, some type of pressure if you don't make the correction. That is deliberate. It's deliberate practice. And that is going to be the formula for everyone out there in every sport, every age. This is how you get better at anything. And I'm going to use myself. I'm going to go back to the golf. I'm going to end this with this. When I was golfing all those years, just not getting better, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm hitting the range. So even to this day, I hit the range so often. And I am not bullshitting. So my handicap right now today is like 3.8. That's skewed a little bit because I really haven't played real golf in a year because I was injured. So I'm not a 3.8 right now. I'm probably like a 7 handicap right now. So in order for me to get better, it's not just hitting balls on the range. When I go to the range, like a practice tee or a driving range, and just hit balls, I am not bullshitting. I am just as good, if not better, than a PGA Tour player. As far as ball striking, if we say, hey, you got to hit all 9 shots with all 13 clubs in the bag, you have to hit a high draw, a low draw, and a medium height draw. Then you also have to hit with the same club a high cut, a low cut, a medium draw cut, and with the same club you have to hit a high straight ball, a low straight ball, and a medium straight ball. I can do that on demand with every club in the bag at a 75% rate. So that means if I hit 100 shots, 75 of them are going to be great. I'm going to pull it off. 25 of them, I'm going to miss it in some type of way. I wanted to cut and it drew. I wanted to hit it high and it was low. Whatever. 75% rate is probably, I don't know this, but been a golf fan my whole life. I watch it a ton. I bet only half of the PGA Tour can do that. Can get on the range and hit all 9 shots with every single club in the bag at a 75% rate first try. So that's how much skill I have as a golfer. Problem is, I could do that all day, literally. I've done it before. I can do 6-7 days a week. And on day 8, go to the golf course and hit it absolutely horrible and shoot a horrible score. Why? Because that's not deliberate practice. So I spent 2 years at a country club, right? I had a country club membership. At that time in my life, I had enough free time where I could literally go to the golf course at the country club in the practice area 7 days a week, 4 hours a day if I wanted to. I did that. I did it for about a year and a half. I wasn't always 7 days. Sometimes it'd be 5, sometimes it'd be 6, but I would be at that fucking golf course. I'd be there at least 4 hours. I'd be playing 18 holes and practicing for an hour. Practicing for an hour and a half, playing 9 holes. Playing 5 holes and then practicing for a half hour and then going and play 9 holes. I was on it. So I wasn't just hitting the golf ball at the driving range. I was playing holes. I was at the sand trap practice bunkers. I was on the practice greens. I was on the practice tee. I was playing holes twice in a day, playing 9 holes and then stopping and playing them again. So I had a whole lot of deliberate practice. Everything was situational. When I did that for a year and a half, now mind you, I had already been playing golf for 13, 14, 15 years at this point, and I kept the same like 10 handicap, 12 handicap. I did this for a year and a half, changing my practice. I went down to a 2.8. Same guy. I went down to a 2.8 handicap. I was almost a scratch golfer in a year and a half. How did I do that? Deliberate practice. I wasn't just going to the range 7 days a week. I was playing golf, playing practice holes, practice scenarios in sand trap bunkers, in chipping and pitching greens, putting green, driving range. I was deliberately practicing 7 days a week instead of just hitting balls on the range. That is what made me understand how to actually get on the course and play better golf, hit better shots. It's the same shit with every other sport. And of course, like everything, the better teachers you have within this deliberate practice, the more you're going to get out of it, the faster rate you are going to improve. But this is what it takes for all of you out there, for everyone wondering, why am I trying so hard? How we been playing all these years? How come I've been on all these teams and I still... It's because you don't have deliberate practice. Relacademy.com is where you can find us. Stay on our YouTube page to get all of our shit, man. There's podcasts. There's a ton of teaching videos. There are full practice sessions. If you subscribe to the page, if you become a member of the YouTube page, it's $10 a month. A member gets you to watch fully uncut Rel Academy training sessions. This deliberate practice I'm telling you about, you get to see it from front to back, uncut, everything. It's like you're a fly on the wall in Rel Academy gym. You're just watching it all happen in real time, and it can be very useful for a lot of people. But $10 a month, subscribe to the page or become a member of the page. See you next time on the Rel Chapters podcast.